Hello, welcome to A Dash of Therapy. I'm Dr. Samantha Bartram, a UK trained counselling psychologist and psychotherapist. Sometimes grief doesn't come from death. Sometimes it comes from the absence of someone who is still very much alive. So today I want to talk about a kind of grief that often goes unspoken, grieving a family member who is estranged from you. Whether you're the one who stepped away or the one who's left behind, this kind of loss can really cut deeply, and it's often something that people deal with in silence. So family estrangement is often very complex, it's a very emotional area. It can feel like a wound where there's no clear edges, there's no funeral, there's no obituary, there's no casseroles from neighbours, there's often just silence, and yet the pain is very real and very deep. Some call it a living bereavement because the person who is estranged isn't gone, they're not there, but you might still see their posts online. Maybe you pass their street, maybe you wonder if they think about you. Maybe you've had to let go, not just of the person, but of the idea of what that relationship could have been, what it meant to you. And psychologists call this kind of grief disenfranchised grief. This means that it's not a kind of grief that tends to be widely recognised or validated or given much space to. So if you're grieving a parent or a child that you no longer speak to, people might just say, oh, just call them, life is short, you only get one mother. But what if the relationship actually hurts more than the silence does? Sometimes that is the case. So you're not weak for walking away, you're not broken if someone left you either, and you're not alone in feeling the pain and ache of that loss either. Some people grieve the loss of what could have been, as I've already said, that warm, nurturing, potential mother-daughter bond, for example, or a father's approval, a child's laughter, and that's what we call affiliated losses. So you haven't just lost the person, but you've lost the identity, the belonging, the dream of what that relationship meant to you, and all those associated, affiliated aspects of the relationship. And then there's the ambiguous loss. So when someone is gone in one sense, but they still exist in the world. So this is this lack of permanence. There's no clear ending, just questions that are left really. Should I reach out? Should I wait? Will it ever change? And they can often kind of keep going around in people's heads. But the research shows that estrangement can feel like being buried alive. It's been described like that by some, and that can obviously lead to awful things like poor sleep, anxiety, shame, a deep sense of vulnerability. And sadly, there's still a lot of stigma around this. So many people keep it to themselves. They fear being judged by friends, even by therapists. And of course, people judge themselves as well. There's a lot of shame around this. So I want you to hear this. Grieving estrangement is valid. It's okay if the loss feels heavy. It's okay if you feel conflicted, relieved, angry, heartbroken, or all of those things at the same time. Healing from estrangement doesn't always mean reconciliation, sadly, or not. It really can depend on the situation. It's such a complex thing. Sometimes healing just means grieving what never was and gently trying to release the longing for what may never be. And it means allowing yourself space to mourn without shame, to speak your truth without apology, and to honour your boundaries without guilt. So if this is you, if you're grieving a relationship that's been severed, I hear you. If someone you love is going through this, don't try to fix it. Just sit with them. Let their grief breathe, let it have space. Estrangement is sometimes called a silent epidemic, but silence doesn't have to mean solitude. You're not alone. Your story matters, even the chapters that are still unfinished. So if you've experienced or are experiencing family estrangement, you're not alone. And consider sharing your story in the comments or reaching out to support communities or therapists like myself that understand family estrangement. If you like this video, please hit the like button at the end, or if you'd like to receive updates for upcoming videos, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.